Good day, classmates. I am Leia Dagundon. I will be reporting to you today the overall objectives of the Philippine Efa. I hope that you will gain something from my report, and I know that Dr. Galibo is also there to enlighten us regarding this topic.
The first objective is universal coverage of out-of-school youth and adults in the provision of learning needs. This objective is aligned with the Goal 3 of the World EFA, that is to ensure to meet learning needs of all young people and adults through equitable access to appropriate learning and life skills program. When we say youth, according to the National Framework of Youth Development, classify the youth based on the following. Youth child is those children belonging to 15 to 17 years old, core youth 18 to 24 years old, and the young adult that is 25 to 30 years old. So one of the country's urgent tasks in order to attain this objective is to transform non-formal and informal interventions into an alternative learning system to cater more EFA benefits. So with this, DepEd implemented two major non-formal education programs. The first one is Basic Literacy Program that offers community-based learning for illiterate youth and adults to develop basic literacy skills. Number two is the Accreditation and Equivalency Program for illiterates who have not completed 10 years of basic education. So, derida yon, a certification of learning for out-of-school youth and adults age 15 years old and above who are unable to avail of formal schooling or who have dropped out of formal elementary or secondary education. Tagaan sila og certification. The second objective is the universal school participation and elimination of dropouts and repetition in the first 3 grades. This objective is aligned to the World EFA Goals 1 and 2. The country aims to ensure that all children age 6 should enter school, but it is important that they are ready to learn or are prepared to achieve the required competences for grades 1 to 3. To make them ready, quality assured programs for preschool and early childhood care and development should be expanded to reach all children aged 3 to 5 years old. This program provides access for young children to existing health, nutrition, psychosocial stimulation, and early learning opportunities by drawing on various governmental, non-governmental, and community resources. And because of this objective, there is an expansion of access to quality early childhood education services. The early childhood education has become the determinant of performance in grade 1 in the formal school system, as children with early educational experience perform better than those without. And it has also been found out nga ang bata kuno nga wala ning agi og early childhood education most likely mo drop compared to those nga ning agi og early childhood education. So, ACCD was started in 1990s. But EFA 2000 assessment noted that the expanded coverage of the program has not significantly improved participation, retention, and achievement rates in grades 1 to 3 pupils for the reason that there is a general lack of awareness and appreciation on the importance of early childhood education among parents. So, in response, the country has set new targets related to the availability of early childhood education services, that is requiring the establishment of daycare centers and preschools in every barangay through Republic Act 6972. These daycare centers are managed and supervised by the local governments, is the largest provider of early childhood care and development services for 3 to 5-year-old Filipino children, designed to provide supplemental parenting care to children, especially of working mothers during part of the day, and it can accommodate 30 children sa buntag, 30 children po sa hapon. The activities in these daycare centers include supervised play and group activities, personal hygiene, supplemental feeding, health and nutrition education, experiences for socialization, and early learning. So with this, in 2005, 45,433 daycare centers were established. However, it has been found out nga daghan na ang mga daycare centers, but the problem is the quality. So in response, the DSWD formulated standards or criteria for accrediting daycare centers. There are also other alternative forms of daycare service. This includes child minding centers such as those in some government offices, private firms, and business establishments, which provide workplace-based centers for children of their employees. Family daycare, which is being implemented on a pilot scale where a group of 2 to 4 kids under 3 years old are provided a stimulating environment in the home of a trained daycare mother or caregiver. And supervised neighborhood play, which is designed as a way of building on informal children's peer groups to develop stimulating settings for socialization and early learning. With regards to the gross enrollment in early childhood education, wala pa jud kaayon siya na-realize. From 2005 to 2007, gross enrollment rate in ECCD programs of most regions shows promising results. Nagkataas na siya. However, while most regions in Mindanao have improved gross enrollment except for ARM. This pulled the national ECCD gross enrollment rate to 21.54%. The increasing gross enrollment rate in early childhood education and coverage of 4 to 5 years old in the preschool education have resulted in an increase in percentage of grade 1 infants with early childhood education experience from 2002 to 2005. However, the country's performance is way below the 2005 target. To provide early childhood education interventions to those who do not have such experience prior to grade 1, the DepEd introduced the 8-week early childhood education curriculum in grade 1 through DepEd Order number 10 series of 2004. Then, to determine the readiness of grade 1 infants to face the rigors of formal schooling, DepEd started to administer the grade 1 readiness test in school year 2005 to 2006. The school readiness program is intended to determine the social, motor, and readiness skills among the grade 1 pupils that lead to the development of self-confidence, good interpersonal relations, and active participation in class activities. It also determines the levels of progress of grade 1 entrants across different developmental domains that are critical in attracting grade 1 learning competences. The low level of educational attainment of many Filipinos is contributing to the high number of basically and functionally illiterate Filipinos. Worse, not all of those who finish high school have the desired level of competencies that will enable them to stand the rigors of tertiary education or to qualify for work. Mobitaw na nga, I remember the study that was presented by Ma'am Dagisunan before that she found out that some high school entrants cannot read words with more than 4 letters. Mo to ihang na-found out sa iyang study. So therefore, the problem of poor quality of high school graduates is a result of compounded deficiencies which began in the foundation years of basic education and which was not fully addressed as the learners went up the higher grade levels. Also, the increasing number of non-completers and repeaters is mostly attributed to non-readiness of grade 1 infants due to lack or no early childhood education. So, dapat jud nga at the early stage, kuan ka nang na-develop na gyud sa ilaha ang basic competences nga dapat nilang ma-develop to be ready for a higher degree of learning. To attain the EFA objective of having universal school participation and elimination of dropout and repetition in primary education, the country has to ensure that all 6 years old entering grade 1 have early childhood education experience prior to enrollment and are at the right age at the right time. That is why, as early as 5 years old, our children should go to school in the kindergarten so that they will be able to, they will be prepared for grade 1. Of the estimated 2.26 million 6 years old in 2007, only 47% are enrolled in grade 1. It was identified that the possible factor contributing to the low intake of 6 years old as grade 1 is the education package of private schools, especially in highly urbanized areas in the National Capital Region, Cebu, and Davao. The general practice is to start nursery at age 4, kindergarten at age 5, and preparatory at age 6. Hence, these children in private schools start grade 1 at age 7, when in the public schools, the policy is to start at age 6. Thus, there exists a disconnection in policy implementation between public and private school. To dropout and repetition rates in grades 1 to 3, the 2005 targets in dropout and repetition rates were likewise not achieved. Okay, so